Harris gets lost on the back cut.
13 to shoot for Kansas. Lost to Arizona in the Big 12 quarterfinals last week. Dickinson capable from the outside and hits his first.
Surgery, they feared they might have lost him for the season, was in a splint for 6 weeks, but started working out about 2 weeks ago.
Transfer from Kentucky, followed Calipari to Arkansas. Wagner's already got 5 points. Last year with Kentucky in the first round of the NCAA tournament, a loss against Oakland. He was 0 for 5 in 17 minutes and said that performance was motivating here for this one.
Say, boy, KJ Adams is doing a heck of a job staying with Wagner, and Wagner ends up finishing that. That was a heck of a shot.
Storr for 3.
Been all over Zeke Mayo. He tried to take a couple of shots there and he couldn't.
Brazil, no good. Here's Mayo, wide open. Jumped off by Davis, who quickly launches a 3. A little too quick, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Brazil tried to save it, but right to Mayo. 2-on-1 the other way. Harris, Adams, yes!
A timeout by John Calipari.
And the lead back up to 3 for Arkansas. Adams running in the basket with the right hand, yes.
But Henry decided to come to college.
The rebound, Hunter Dickinson. Dickinson from deep. And the second 3 for Hunter.
On a show for the Cyclones, but man, I like that BYU team, Roxy. 9 straight wins now.
They are really playing well. Kevin Young has that team peaking at the right time.
He's figured out college basketball in half a year. I think by February 1st, he figured it out after coming from the NBA.
David Coit from deep. And a 3 for the Jayhawks. Stays at Kansas ball, 17 on the shot clock with the Wildcats clinging to a 3-point lead. Hunter Dickinson attacks the baseline.
I liked Oklahoma State.
Yeah, you did.
Especially my senior year. I liked Oklahoma State.
The hustle by Dajuan Harris Jr. for KU.
I'll tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't KU in this building.
Zeke Mayo.
Building a hard double on Hunter Dickinson.
Danny Williams missing from deep. Not known as a 3-point shooter. The kick. Zeke Mayo.
Gets thrown over the 7-2. Big man of Hunter Dickinson is absolutely elite.
I'm glad that you pointed out that Hunter Dickinson is not a small. I think a lot of people are holding it.
100%. And to me, Sean, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it looks like the same motivated kid. I mean, a kid who wants to win and wants to prove everybody wrong because he feels like he got snubbed. And that was very, very visible on his Instagram and everything that he posted.
The roll for KJ Adams. And the Knights clinging to a 1-point lead. Off the inbound.
Beautiful.
Keyshawn Hall. Short of the 3 and Dajuan Harris.
Set the tone and be that initiator.
But if you're a coach in practice, another coach will tell you this, you practice situations with him on the bench. You have to.
Hunter Dickinson. Here is going on.
No question about it. The Big 12's most improved player his sophomore year.
Griffin wide open and buries it.
He gives you a lot of effort, but KJ Lewis just shot right over him.
Dickinson able to answer.
Back at 22, he's here tonight.
And the guy inbounding the ball, Dajuan Harris Jr., CB, as you called him, had a ton to do with Dajuan Harris being in a Kansas uniform.
No question. He's the point guard on that championship team as well.
Shot clock under 10. Mayo swings it. Harris. Feed inside. Dickinson. Jumper. Got it.
Tried it. He does so many other things well for this team. About to go lob again. First play of the game. Didn't get it.
Harris to Dickinson, just beyond the elbow, knocks it down.
He causes that ball to go out of bounds.
He's had some good stretches, certainly has improved from the beginning of the season. And when K.J. Adams went out with that shoulder injury, he got the opportunity to play more, and he impacted the game more.
Yes, he did.
Harris on the feed, the lob, Bidunga able to get it to go.
Michigan State early. Their troubles have been chronicled throughout the Big 12, but still very, very dangerous.
Jay Storr collects. Dickinson jumper, got it. Oh, is he feeling? Basar bounce pass, good hands. Bryant gets it, knocked away. Kansas basketball. Harris to Mayo. Harris finds Dickinson. And that rolls home. Harris, Dickinson, it's a three. Tipped out. And now Harris will look to set it back up. Wow! Here.
Good fake.
Coit will try. Can't hit that time. Dickinson, good rebound. Dickinson inside and puts it home. Two more, he's got six.
Yeah, with the right hand, but he had to work for it. Big stretch for Kansas now. They cannot have any empty possessions.
Adams gets it to go and pumps it.
5 to shoot for Texas Tech. Step back, deep three, way off. And the rebound, here comes Kansas and Dajuan Harris Jr. Attacking the basket, and the lay-in.
Game, he goes to the bench, Harris goes to the bench, and there was slippage with that 5 that was out on the floor for the Jayhawks.
Already 4 threes for the Red Raiders. An outstanding three-point shooting team is reverse on the baseline.
Successful, and the improvement over the course of the year, that steady improvement is a big part of why they have success.
Steal by Dajuan Harris Jr. Flurry, Bidunga!
Like, he is a pro. He just has that knack of when the ball hits his hands, something good's going to happen. And he's had the opportunity without McMillan on the floor to play increased minutes, and his production continues to go up.
This ball trickles out to Dajuan Harris. K.J. Adams from the high post.
Plus 27 points from the three-point line, and what a start to the second half. Good ball movement, the extra pass.
The lob to K.J. Adams, who finishes it. Williams off balance. And here come the Jayhawks countering.
Out of control. Outside of the first possession, Texas Tech has not done a great job.
Ryland. The steal. Here comes K.J. Adams, a 4-on-1. The lob.
Kansas has the lead here midway through the first half, 23-16 on Colorado, and you see Kansas is unranked for the first time in nearly 50.
Colorado. You always play fast, but you never play in a hurry.
Back down to 6. Harris for Dickinson, and he rattles another one home.
If there was a foul, you'd call it, but I mean, there's pulling and tugging going on in every possession that's not being called.
Hammett coughed it up, a 7th Colorado turnover. Kansas looking to widen the gap. Corner kick, Griffin shot, big trigger, knocks it down. So it's a 5-point lead, 1:20 to go. Kansas with the basketball. Harris spins around the screen. Dickinson gets it to go.
Press. You actually don't need to foul considering he made both free throws.
Kansas gets it into the corner, and they break the pressure to Dajuan Harris. Lob. Dickinson!
Offensively, they stopped that Adams lob just then. I think it was Dean that made the big bump
just to keep him away from the glass.
Mayo defended by Thompson beyond the three-point circle. Near corner to Harris. Griffin left open.
He doesn't get something to the basket. They're getting a lot of deflections, though, Kansas.
Harris has been all over the place as they force the 7th Cowboys turnover this first half. Harris! Adams!
Want to let Oklahoma State get the layups in the half-court sets.
You mentioned Thompson, freshman year here, and the shoulder injury. Last time he was on this floor, January 30th of last season, tore his labrum. Ended up having surgery, ended his season. Had to be feeling all kinds of emotions coming back into this play. 7 to shoot. Into the paint comes Bradley. They turn it over.
See the way they're sliding. Their white shirts are sliding right into the paint.
10th Oklahoma State miscue so far. Harris.
Oh, boy.
Mayo. Deep shot for Kansas. Mentioning Stillwater. We should say Bill Self did not love the timing of the report. He actually texted Steve Lutz to apologize. And Lutz kind of laughed it off, but they've gotten really tight. Nice little friendship between them.
And I know it's the alma mater, but this is a tough place to leave.
Yegor Demon. Mawit Mag from the corner. And fighting for position. Kansas comes away with it. Transition 3 for the Jayhawks. Rattles in. Zeke Mayo. Lost a tough one to Utah in Salt Lake City on Saturday. And now playing here on Tuesday night in Provo. Rylan Griffin launching a deep 3 and a for the Jayhawks. So Kansas has lost 3 consecutive road games, all to unranked teams. Hunter Dickinson launching a 3, and that's a good start to the second half performance. On a huge stage, having Kansas here in Provo for the first time since 1960.
This program had a lot of success last year, surprising success in the Big 12 with Mark Pope. Make the transition to Kevin Young this year. And
second half. By the way, the largest margin of victory for BYU ever against a ranked team.
But if you're Kansas, you got to be able to score some points in the paint. Only 2 points in the paint so far, and we're 7 minutes in.
Dickinson from Harris. And counter action not only working for Kansas, it's working great for Utah.
Second time Little has thrown a diagonal pass to find 55 in black.
That's a record-tying 3. Nick Jacobson and Gabe Madsen now the career three-point make leaders in the history of Utah basketball. There's Kyle and the dunk. He picked his spot beautifully. Griffin dribbles into a 3. And another one for Rylan Griffin. Up short. You see that number on the score bug that's rolling. Utah has been almost 5 minutes since they scored. They still lead by 6. Hunter Dickinson back in.
I don't know how many more times they can open up the door for Kansas to kind of walk through.
This 3 is good. Maybe they're walking through now.
Now, Grand Cheek, this kid, I like him. Plays with a lot of toughness.
Do you like the 3s they're getting?
Yeah, I do, because they turn it over so much. Isn't it better that they shoot a quick 3? Nice.
Hammond finally on the board.
Yeah, really good possession right there. The best of the first half by the Bucks. Great ball movement. I think everybody might have touched that ball.
Snapped a drought of about 7 minutes without a field goal. Colorado's not a bad shooting team. As you mentioned, they turn it over a lot, but they have just been missing shots this half. Dickinson all alone.
That's money.
Who cannot miss?
Well, give the Buffs credit, because they're playing with a lot of poise.
Harris on the roll into the paint, cut off by Hammond. Dickinson shoves it in right through.
Can't get it because they've got to go through the rim. Smart play by Dajuan Harris.
Moore didn't want to shoot it. It's a pretty quick cameo for Passmore. Back to the bench as Adams buries the foul line jump. There's the lob. Adams got it.
Attacking them early, but Kansas in 2 possessions have come up empty on those drives. Harris triggers the inbounds. 7 on the shot clock for the Jayhawks. Here's Dickinson, left-hand jump shot. KJ Adams. Cats. A little show and go by McDaniel, and he misses off the window. Now Harris in transition. Beautiful. What a fast break by the girlfriend. That was from Fort Riley. That young man's got that kind of range. The Amarillo assassin chipping in with his second triple of the day. And Storr, their 5th straight win. Gasson can't get it to go. Dickinson clears. Kansas has to play fast now. You talk about a comeback game. If you're open, you have to shoot it. Dickinson does and hits a 3.
Jackson was brilliant. 17 points and knocked down his free throws in the win at home in Ames. TJ Otzelberger said that the final numbers kind of belied the way the game actually went. He said it was a closer game than the final score indicated. Dickinson looking for some help, gets it to Harris. Harris, kick out to Coit with the ball fake. And now Harris to the corner, and Storr puts it up and puts it in. Rebounds in this game. Lipsy going to work. He gets hammered, no call. Kansas the other way. Harris up ahead of the pack. And Storr collects it. And Chatfield a rebound. Gilbert will try a triple. Dickinson rebound.
These are good shots. They're just not falling. Nice.
Griffin at the basket. Harris to inbound. Mayo hoists and hits.
That's a 5-point play.
O'Meara and Dickinson. All right, KJ Adams is back, but he's coming off the bench, so Flory Bidunga getting another start.
Who is playing absolutely great. This might work out for Kansas in the long run, with KJ maybe providing a spark as the 6th man.
Dickinson knocks it down, and Kansas.
And the outside shooting improved, and right there you see a little bit of the toughness inside.
Kid from the Bahamas is mentioned. And Buddy Hield, one of those that paved the way for him. Here's Harris. Almost the steal from right. Shot clock is under 10. Harris into the paint. Extended from the elbow. It's Hunter Dickinson, and he knocks it. Oh, baby. B.J. Edgecombe exploding to the basket, a two-handed stuff. And then Dickinson back the other end as Dajuan and lays it in. So a steal and a bucket, and Baylor back out in front.
Kansas sloppy. I mentioned 2-man games. They do that quite a bit. A guard and a big. Last couple times you'll see it right here. Dickinson, Harris. You see Baylor backing off of Harris.
Dickinson able to knock it down, and he has. Griffin had 5 threes and 17 points in that double overtime thriller at home. The loss to Houston, but then last time out, starting in place of Harris, had only 4. Lob and a throwdown, and there's Rylan Griffin. I stole your line, friend.
Well, you know,
their trainer Dave Snyder, lob inside.
Nice pass.
Great look, and the seal off, and Dickinson. Coit straight on 3.
Oh, nice
Adams
play.
able to tip it out. Mayo will try and buries it.
That play epitomized to the chest of the big fella. Big fella stayed vertical, but that's a little bit of Flint, Michigan toughness right there from Jaden Nunn.
Mayo answers with a triple.
Flory keeping that ball alive, very active.
Dickinson can't hit. Rylan Griffin a rebound. Griffin will try.
As a freshman,
Harris into the front court, looking, finds Hunter Dickinson, who flips it up and in. And they find Roberts, he can't hit. Roberts in close, contested, could not finish. Inside, Kansas lead.
Watch the inside post up, didn't get it.
Griffin able to find Dickinson. Ryland Griffin.
Kelvin wanted a foul. The official disagreed. I thought he lost it. They're trying to lob it inside over the top, but Houston doing a good job.
Shot clock winding down. Good look.
Free throws may come back to haunt Houston.
Well, neither team gets to the line normally a ton, and neither team particularly good at it either. Griffin, ball fake, jumper. Under 10 to go. Pryor. He's been quiet today. Pryor trying to get it to Roberts. Harris up ahead. Mayo. Using and one. He fouled him.
You mentioned the athleticism and the shooting. John, you mentioned this. This is the best shooting team Kelvin Sampson has had in Houston. 40% from three.
Arguably the top defensive team in the country, and they shoot the three really well. That is a pretty good formula to go deep in the tournament. Good cut to the goal. Shaquille went to the locker room, back on the bench. He's got that foot injury, caused him to miss the last game, and it caused him to come out of the game in the early going here. Feed, Dickinson, got it. Nice look. So as they tend to Javier Francis, Sharp back on the court. And again, it's that right foot that bears watching. Here's Sharp trying to guard Mayo. Moore swings it to Juan Harris. To the corner, wide open. Good movement. And Mayo.
Without Uzan. Watch out.
Welcome to Kansas and Houston square off. Jawan Roberts off the mark with that shot. Store. Dickinson inside. Puts it in the win at Baylor. And a season high 15 rebounds. Kansas to inbound. And Harris finds Mayo, who knocks it down. Now the look on his face says it all.
Well, we know Bill Self. If they keep this up, he'll take all 5 timeouts in the first half.
Harris trying to turn the corner. Dickinson flips it up, puts it home for Hunter Dickinson. His first half. Harris to the corner. Mayo. Or I beg your pardon, that's Ryland Griffin.
That's his corner, too. He's got to make that.
Griffin rattles that home. By the way, that was
bad shot. That was a remarkably bad shot.
Yeah.
That you expect as a defense to hit the rim.
Harris inside.
Nice.
Good feed. Oh! Base and some help. Finds White. Back out. Posey, but it's intercepted by Harris. Bidunga inside. Puts it on the ground. Puts it in. NCAA Division I in assists.
He's a winner. You know, he's not Jacques Vaughn.
Oh, the lob inside Store and puts it in, and a good. Kentucky will take on Vanderbilt, and the biggie number 6 Tennessee, number 1 Auburn. I believe that'll be Danny Schluman and Jay Billis.
Where are they going to be?
They're going to be at Tennessee and Auburn.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Auburn, I told you, I think they're the best team in the country. Although Houston has not lost since November, and all 3 losses to teams that can go to the Final Four on our last possession.
It is, by the way, Schulman. I had special dispensation to call him Schluman.
Tough match for Verdugo.
Hawkins going to take a three. Cleared off by Shaq Moore. And Kansas looking to push it again.
Hunter can make threes. I like him inside a little bit more.
Harris. I thought the pick and roll was coming back to Dickinson. It goes back.
Side saddle. Heat check. Got it. Tell you what, another timeout right now in March.
Dajuan was 17 a game at Wisconsin. Here's Jones, corner three, rims out. Dickinson clears it. Ahead to Harris. Dajuan weaving through traffic in the lob. Inside. Dajuan Harris with a lob and the finish underneath by Laguna.
4 minutes.
Yeah. Back to a 10-point lead.
Nice find, too.
Dickinson back in there for Kansas.
Always looking to slip, Dickinson. Got his guy now.
They cross-court it instead. Three-pointer goes.
He makes those.
1 minute to play. Mayo guarded by McDaniel.
Look at Dickinson running the show. Tells everybody.
Harris, 4 to shoot.
Look at that.
Dickinson blocked. That's goaltending.
You know, it was a good call.
Offensive player being guarded by Dajuan Harris Jr., an outstanding defensive player. And that pass just a little bit too close to Jackson. Didn't have time to really get his hands up and to make a play on it. Harris into the paint, off to Dickinson, who lays it in.
Well, that's tougher than us.
Which was not in doubt before we saw him today.
Well, man, speak for yourself.
Backdoor cut, Mayo, and that's something. But it's Dickinson with 2 who has come back in.
And really, Iowa State, they need to go right at Dickinson when they get the ball back.
Marquise Passmore, the crossover, kick back out. Mayo can't get the shot off.
Boy, what a job by Jefferson to run him off the line.
Chasing him again. Extra pass finds Harris. He can't get a shot off. Mayo will and hits it.
Boy, that's big.
Iowa State in the first round. They lost the game, the Jackrabbits did, but he scored 19 points in that game. Ryland Griffin with a 3. Now he gets a touch. Off to Jefferson. Just a little bit strong on the 10-footer.
Bodies are flying in this game.
Adams got knocked down. He's back into the play now with the offensive end. And out to Harris.
Drop coverage because they're not worried about Dajuan Harris shooting the ball from the perimeter.
Shot clock running down. Dickinson puts it up and hits.
Well, he's got buckets. He's like the Chris Paul of Iowa State. Grew up in this area.
Ooh, Gilbert just got wiped out on a screen by Dickinson. Dickinson with a bucket as well. Gilbert's points in each of their last 2 games, both wins. Baseline floater won't go. When back comes Harris. Kansas can get even closer. Bedunga lays it in and is fouled by Chatfield.
Driving lanes.
Dylan Mitchell. And a good look at the 3. Dickinson, another rebound. Here come the Jayhawks.
Good defensive stand by
the lob, and KJ Adams finishes.
Jihad, three-pointer off the mark. Arizona State, one of the areas they've improved from last year, is their three-point shooter. Feed inside, Dickinson flips it up and in. Bauer off the glass and in. Bashir Jihad with a really nice move. Good ball movement. Mayo.
20 seconds. So if it takes you 1 second to shoot a shot, that's 719 seconds you have time on the court to impact the game in other facets. Defensively, making the right play, being active, and that's a challenge for
points.
Drive him to the right.
Harris takes it away.
Good pass.
Harris, Adams, and a two-handed stuff.
Youngest player in college basketball. You talk about between him and Cooper Flagg. I mean, what specimens we have on the court.
He's a power forward, 17 years old. I mean, that's a soft touch.
Speaking of soft touch.
Who else but Clayton's?
Freeman had it blocked. Moore saves it, and now Harris. Dickinson, the throwdown, and one.
And you're still waiting for Riley Griffin. There's still so many areas of improvement, and yes, it's still early.
Yep.
And they can still grow into that. But you know, they're good defensively. Bidunga is a great addition, but there's still so much room for improvement. I mean, that athleticism
out here in Orlando. John with 29 blocks in 12 games in his rookie campaign. That's the same pace through 12 as Taco Fall in his first year. Dickinson, that is exactly where he wants.
Area in which he's shown that he has that good touch around the rim so he can step out and shoot the tray, or he has a nice floater just like we saw him under Dickinson.
He's able to finish it as it trickled in.
Javon Small attracts so much attention. That roll man is going to be open.
Well, a screen by Dickinson absolutely put Jonathan Powell on the deck. He quickly gets up. Play continues with Adams. He's got O'Connor on his back. Harris looking for Dickinson. Three, Mayo. There's the answer for Kansas.
He's got a championship for his ring. How about that one? And he started his career playing for Darren DeVries at Drake.
Biggie Coit, a miss, but a rebound by Bidunga on the long rebound. Keeps the possession for Kansas, even though the Jayhawks are now 2 for 11 from the field and hit only 1 of 5 3-pointers. Bidunga! Hey, what a feed right at the rim for the flush.
Andre has been rim running this entire game. That time brought Kansas asleep.
Meeting last year between these schools. All right, now it's suddenly with under 5 minutes to go, Kevin, this becomes a big possession for Kansas.
Well, we talked about the seniors, Harris and Dickinson stepping up here in the second half.
Mayo. Dickinson down 6 with a minute 35 to go. Obviously a huge possession here for KU.
And then getting in Mayo's hands.
Mayo takes the 3. Shot clock off. Game clock at 20. Kansas down 3. Mayo. We'll have a chance to tie it.
This is a critical 2 minutes and 13 seconds right here for Brown, but also important for Kansas. Bill Self let him have it, too.
Kansas's largest lead of the game was 9. Brown has cut that lead to 5 with 2 minutes to go in the first half.
The details at the point of screen have to be good, and that's really good.
I think Bill Self would be okay with that, right? He likes Harris being aggressive.
He wants him in the paint. You know, when Harris goes to the paint, he's usually going to pass.
Great effort there by number 3 in white, Dajuan Harris. Game number 151 for him. That was a lob.
It was a great pass by Keno Lilly Jr. and a better defensive play by David Coit. I'm telling you, their transition defense has been good. They haven't given up anything easy to Brown, not in the second half anyway.
And that falls into the effort bucket, doesn't it?
That toughness.
Tough fadeaway, short. Dickinson's second rebound, and that shot was put up by Dontrez Styles. Most of his points the last couple of games have come in the second halves of games. And NC State early got to be a little careful here against Kansas off 2 losses and playing with an edge. Dickinson knocks down a 3. Hunter Dick held the ball above his head. Can NC State get the seal off of the backboard and the rim? No, they can't. Mayo 3. Got it! 6.
In terms of how the standard has been set as a Kansas Jayhawk, and Grady Dick understood that as a player here just a few years ago.
Yeah, he's still young. He's having a terrific second season in the NBA, and his spacing and shooting has changed the way the Raptors are playing up there. This game down to 7, and after the start that Kansas got off to, it didn't feel like NC State was going to be able to wake up. Mayo 3. They've done that really well today. That's their... Middlebrooks able to get it past the outstretched arm of Dickinson to keep them within striking distance. It's a 10-point advantage for Kansas. Harris Jr. started 89 consecutive games, helps you become a 1,000-point scorer. Oh, the alley-oop to Adams. Fades away, and he finally gets one to rattle in. He's been quiet today, now with 8.
Styles from Kinston, North Carolina. Kinston High School. They have produced guys like Jerry Stackhouse, Brandon Ingram, Cedric Cornwell Maxwell. Cornbread Maxwell.
Pretty play there by Harris.
No question in my mind.
No doubt. Well, the program alone sells itself, but you get into NIL and you get into being in this conference and steady winning. You like to get old. That's what this team is. Dickinson, a graduate student. Coit's a senior. Harris is a grad. KJ Adams, senior. Mayo, senior. Wow. And it continues.
Passed it out. It would have been automatically a 3-second violation.
Tigers on a 6-0 run. Dickinson for 3. Whoa, that'll help.
Is the best start, I believe, ever for the SEC.
That'll help.
Played this week are emblematic of what they're going to see, at least in the upper half of the Big 12. Places like Baylor, Iowa State. So this does not bode well right now.
The team is used to big games because we played in them at Cleveland State. And the Kansas players said, buddy, we just played in the Final Four. Kansas was up to the challenge. They didn't have any issues. Missouri was the one that came to play today. Harris gives it up. Extra pass, and Dickinson's got his second triple of the game. Came back and shot 86% in the second half as Marshall hits the bench. Harris lost his man. And it turns into an unguarded 3 for Dave.
School history, and it happened within 24 hours of one another.
I mean, it just says a lot. It says a lot about the players, the young men, the coaching staff, the universities. And it was zone defense right here by Drayton.
Boyd will try to shoot him out of it, and he hits the 3.
But it seemed like
is tremendous, and we think of versatility, we think of offense, but I think of defense with KJ Adams.
Yeah, defensive versatility allows you to be so valuable, and it carves out your niche on why you're such a valuable player and always on the court.
Speaking of Adams, he gets to the basket. Defense. 10 to shoot. Ashworth. Oh, nice play by Clements. Long pass ahead. Harris ahead to Storr for the 2-hand flush.
And you see, and then exploit it.
Blue Jays with their largest lead at 13. Coit to work to Harris. Dajuan Harris. Back to Coit. 3. And that one looked pure.
The famer, the legend. 2 Ks.
I thought I was here.
Yeah, no, you're here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're going to start making you do all the big games. Great.
Great. Everything you...
Yeah, Duke played Seattle the other day, and now Kansas locking horns with Furman.
Dajuan Harris making his 86th consecutive start for the Jayhawks today. Dickinson. Repost, spins, and scores off the glass. The help defense came late. Dickinson follows him all the way out to the logo. And a 3 from the corner is short that time. Off the mark from Vanderwall. There's a lob for KJ. Bronson elects to shoot a long 3. Well, Furman 2 of 5 from beyond the arc already. And finds House, who's in the game now. This is a transfer. House tipped around by Dickinson and an outlet for Storr. Quickly, what a pass! Dajuan finds AJ. He got knocked out of his hands. Nonetheless, the other way, this a House 3 from the right side is just a little bit long. So Furman misses their last 2 from beyond the arc. And now 4 for 11, and a chance for a 3-point play here for the... Picks up his second bucket of the day. So out of the timeout, Furman converts to cut it to 14. Mayo elects to shoot that three. And there's the first made three of the game. Arizona's gone the other way. OU leading, obviously, the concert. But, yeah, they've had a big debut. It's easy to think that way. It's easy to think that way.
They're not in the big goal.
Lob! KJ once again! Mismatch here. Teen working on Dajuan, but it's not a mismatch when it comes to defensive skills. And Harris giving the freshman an
double out there. Flag kicks it. Proctor tries again. A little too strong that time. 4 Blue Devils back on defense. First try from Mayo. It falls.
Playing right now will pay dividends in the next 6 weeks.
Yeah. Win or lose those tough games.
Exactly. Watch the lob
here.
here.
There it is. It was executed beautifully.
No. Can't wait for that one. Good side-to-side ball movement right now.
Alley-oop, perfect pass laid up there. And one of James out high. Deflected Dickinson. Good hands and a push.
That's nice.
Yeah, a little too easy there for the left-handed.
Basketball with their top freshman.
First lead since they led 3-2 at the 8-second mark of the game. Wide open three. Yes, Storr has it from the corner.
Right there working and then the push off.
He's 3 for 3.
Yeah, he got rid of it. Caleb Foster, I call him an X factor. I think if they have a great season, he's got to continue to step his game up. Sophomore.
He's hit 6 of his 10 three-point field goals so far this season. Look who's feeling it right now. KJ Adams, another. Kansas find their points. Harris has been terrific. KJ Adams has been very effective. No Dickinson, who is the guy they go through on their offense. Blow by. Pretty play, Harris. He finds Griffin.
That's good.
Yes, it is. Good call. Right on line. Tied at 71.
Duke switching, so there's no short roll opportunity for Adams.
Seven on the shot clock.
See that? Taking it away.
The drive, the kick. Mayo's got to put it up. Yep. Oh, he got the friendly Las Vegas roll.
McGriff attacking Dickinson gets it to go. That's going to be how McGriff scores on Hunter Dickinson on the move. How about that pass and finish? Air on the lob, and Mayo with the reverse layup to get it to go. Harris on the floor knocks it loose. Mayo getting to it. Harris recovers. Rylan Griffin open and knocking down a three. Florida. Smart from McGriff, understanding Badunga wants to block shots, so you throw him a little fake, and he's probably going to leave his feet. Played over 2.5 minutes without a stoppage. Coit in the corner. How about back-to-back triple? 15 seconds. Can Kansas finish with some points? Harris over the top for Dickinson. Nice. Scores before the double team. Here's Noah Ross hanging. Coit will push the tempo. 4 on 3 if they hurry. Dickinson run in the middle. Count it. Conversation was like at half. I think a lot of it was centered around defensive rebounding. Griffin pitch ahead. A lob. Storr. The exclamation.
75% of his shots come from behind the three-point line. That's just different.
Jason Woodrich, also one of those guys with a chartreuse slight, but unable to connect. Adams driving, and that is a goal. Good recovery defensively by the Grizzlies. Griffin open, though. Adams again creates an extra possession. Griffin tries another, and hit.
Big Ten nemesis?
Maybe. He has played Oakland before as well. Back early in his career at Michigan as he gets on the floor. Kansas gets out and runs, and A.J. Storr. Neighbor LaRua with the bucket.
Yeah, really great basketball conferences. LaRua does a nice job creating separation. Significant living in the NBA by his ability to pass the ball and initiate fast breaks and showing touch around the basket, ability to pass in the half court. Would that be a comparable comparison to Hunter Dickinson?
AJ
over Hunter Dickinson, and not only finding the angle, but having the composure to be able to finish that over a 7-1 defender.
Corner three on top.
Couple of subs waiting to check in for each team right now. Just over 5 minutes to go in the first half. Harris. Beautiful find to Badun. Fears. How did he find Booker? Have you ever been at a game since the three-point shot came in when neither team made a three in the first half? No, I never have. To Maui in about a week and a half. We will see them out there in the Maui Invitational. Griffin off to Badunga, and good D by Kohler to stand him up. Harris using the screen by Dickinson. Now Griffin the pull-up, and it goes. The back a long time with 2 fouls. And about a 6.5 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
So you can take it all the way down, still have plenty of time for an offensive rebound opportunity.
Badunga again, boy, he leaves nothing.
Can pass out of it, especially on that right block where he can use his left hand to hook pass cross court.
Harris into Dickinson, who lays it in.
Shot over, and that was not an easy shot. He certainly can make it and has made it before.
Harris on the drive. The open man is Storr, who hits the three.
He also did say that this has been a very quiet team. If they want to be a great defensive team, they have to find their voice defensively.
Griffin with the block on Cadeau. The lob for Adams, the assist.
That pogo stick is unbelievable.
Davis misses the three. Rebound Dickinson.
Dickinson's a high-level rebounder.
Griffin wide open for Claude, and you got a glimpse there of James Brown, the other freshman in this Heels class, 6'10", out of Aurora, Illinois, making his first appearance in this game.
Carolina's had to play some inexperienced players in this first half.
In as tough an environment, it goes without saying, as there is in college basketball. Harris into the paint, up top, and Badunga.
To equate to points, that's perfection.
Dockery, the lefty, off target on the three. Dickinson in between two. Bison wrestles out the rebound. What a fastball from Harris to K.J. Adams.
It's great to see that young fella develop.
Okoje, short. Another board for Badunga. Harris off the screen. The lob. The finish. Curry cut off on the baseline, looking for some help. He'll fire instead. Badunga yanks out the rebound. Harris on the run. 3-on-2. Mayo. 3-ball. Yes! The Lawrence High Chesney Lion. Inbound. Harper got it off just in time. Harris up for the board. Harris with the lob.
I can actually believe it, you know, having watched this game with the ease that the Jayhawks have been able to find space and opportunity in transition in the half court. And when you don't have to labor in the half court and play with all 5 defenders in front of you, it's a little difficult not to foul.
Quick pass from Harris to find Coit, and he knocks down the three.